welcome to Pacer Chat. If you haven't quite figured it out yet, we are not live tonight. This is pre-recorded. It is Thursday afternoon. I had a conflict tonight, and Bobby, Joe, and Marty, they had a lot of stuff going on today. So I'm like, didn't want to miss a week. So I'm like, I will pre-record everything, and we will show it tonight at 8:00. It's July 3rd. We've done a barbecue at my house for the last 15 years because they do fireworks at the Blue Jay Stadium right around the corner on July 3rd. So we get to sit in the front yard and watch the fireworks. So we're pretty excited. All right. What a weekend. Western States 100. If you don't know what was going on this weekend, we were all tuned into the Western States 100 endurance run. Great. Unbelievable race. It's I think the live stream had over 1.2 million views. That was on Monday. I'm sure it's a lot more than that on the live stream. I didn't get it to watch that much because we were busy live streaming another race, and we'll go over that after the Western States 100 recap. But great race. If you're watching it, had a lot of young guys going out strong. Here is the winner, Caleb Olson, who was fifth place last year. He came away with a win in 14 hours and 11 minutes. He was 2 minutes off of the course record. A lot of these guys, I think at one point you had over 10 guys underneath the course record, and they were cruising. And then you had a little bit of carnage going on. But Caleb Olson finished the race as your winner in 14:11. Unbelievable. Second place rounding out. He was 10th place last year. He came back in second. Chris Myers, kind of new to the ultra scene. Not many people know much about Chris Myers. I saw him on the Western States training camp. There's a couple of videos that came out, and they were talking to Chris Myers. So congratulations, Chris Myers. Great guy, definitely deserved to win. He ran strong, almost picked up some time on Caleb at the end, but didn't have enough time to catch him. And then rounding out the podium was Kilian Jornet, the legend, the GOAT, in 14:19. Kilian was cruising. I think Chris Myers said if there was another mile left in the race, Kilian would have caught him. So congrats to Kilian. We're all hoping he comes back next year comes back and runs the race. And he may be eyeing that course record. If he got 14:19 and the course record is 14:09, he wasn't too far. He's only 10 minutes off, and it would be cool to see Kilian versus Jim go next year. Fourth place, Jeff Magavero, 14:30. Daniel Jones, who was fourth last year, was fifth this year. Seth Ruling, I think I had, was Seth Ruling my pick? No, I had Rod Farber. I had Seth Ruling in second. Seth finished out sixth place. Great race out of Boulder, Colorado. Ryan Montgomery, seventh place. Great to see Ryan Montgomery up there. Exciting finish for him, 15:54. Hans Schroyer, the young guy, 25 years old, one of the youngest guys on the starting line, finished in eighth place. I had Hans finishing in fifth place, so I was a little off on that. So I did have Kilian finish third, and Kilian did finish third. Peter Frano was ninth, and then rounding off 10th place was Kai Hiroki. So congratulations to the men. A couple of big DNFs. David Roach ended up DNFing. I don't know if Rod Farvar did or not. So we're not going to say he did if we don't know if he did or not. On the women's side, we had Abby Hall for the win. Great run by Abby Hall, 16:37. Fujiao Yang, who was second last year, finished second again this year. I know she's going to be eyeing that first place spot next year, so congrats to her. Marianne Hogan finished in 16:50. Ida Nielsen, fourth place in 17 hours. Fiona Pascal finished in fifth. Her sister won it a few years ago, Beth Pascal. One of the best names of the race was, I don't even know how to say it, Ha out of Vietnam. She finished in 17:23. Hannah Allgood in 7th place. Caitlin Fielder in 8th. Keely Henninger, always a strong runner, in 17:57. And Emily Hallgood, who was on Miles with Marty a few weeks ago, she finished in 18:11. So if we look at my picks on the female side, Riley Brady was DNF. Fuzhou Yang, I had her in 2nd. She was 2nd. Tara Dower, I am not quite sure where Tara Dower finished. I know she was sick coming into the race. Emily Hallgood, I had in 4th. She finished 10th. Mariana Hogan, I had in 5th. She finished 3rd. So I was a little better on the female side for the women. A lot of other great stuff came out of Western States. We had one finisher from Florida. We had 2 runners from Florida, one DNF'd. Carrie Mang finished in 29:26 in the golden hour. So it was a great race. There's plenty of podcasts out there that will recap the race. Mine's just a short podcast. But it was fun to watch. So congrats to the Western States finishers. I caught some of the race, but not a lot of it because we were doing the Run Limited at the Run Limited gym down in St. Petersburg, Florida. They were doing a Run Limited Ultra, and basically the format was it was an in-house ultra, and the format was they had to do 5 miles every hour until there was last man standing. So we were down there. Actually, you got the video in the background right there. Trying to get the views up on the channel. That was Matt Clapper who took the win for Florida. So there's 2 gyms in this one. So you had Florida, which had 10 runners, and then Utah out in Salt Lake City, they had 18 runners. So it was a great competition going back and forth between the 2 states. A lot of good chatter on the live stream. It was great to watch. Funny thing was, I didn't think anybody would want to watch an indoor ultra, but it was the most views we've had on a live stream by a long shot. We were compared to Western States, they were getting 20,000 views, and we were getting about 20 to 30 views at a time. But ours was just people running on a treadmill, and there was a ton of views on it. So Run Limited is a gym down in St. Petersburg, bunch of treadmills. All it is treadmills in there. We had a great time down there live streaming the whole event. You can go to Pacer Travel, look at some of the live coverage. There is no sound. I mean, a lot of times there isn't sound because they were playing music inside of the gym, so we were dealing with copyright issues. So we had to keep it silenced most of the time, and we would come in on about the half hour and the hour. Great competition. Salt Lake City would jump in on the half hour, and the guys would get to see each other. So we had a great time with that event. We're looking forward to doing that event again. Looking at ways of basically being able to announce the race a little bit better without the sound in the background. So that was fun event. If you're in St. Pete and you are looking forward some training on a treadmill, this is the place to go. They have some great incline trainers. They have some reverse decline trainers. We got to see them, and I enjoyed running on the treadmills while I was down there. So, but on the Florida side, you had a bunch of Florida runners, a bunch of runners down here completed their first ultra. Top 3 was Matt Clapper, Andy Shalley, and Alan McCaffrey. Alan did his first ultra, and I believe he got all the way up to 61. I can't remember what he got up to. I think he was over 70 miles. And so his farthest run was 30 miles. So it was fun seeing Alan kick some butt there. But then it got down to the 2. You had Andy Shalley and Matt Clapper going toe to toe. Basically, you had to run a 20-hour, 100-mile race. Andy Shalley made it to about 96 miles. And then Clapper went to the 100-mile and went just 2 miles over 100 miles. And it was hard for him to slow down on the treadmill when he would run, and then trying to slow down his legs. He was having a hard time slowing down. And he was getting tired, but he toughed it out. 20 hours on the treadmill for a 100-mile race. And in the long run, there were still 2 runners left in Salt Lake City. So Salt Lake City took the W on the competition between the 2 states. So, but we're looking forward to doing this one again. Other races around the state, you had Toxic Trail, and Liam Lazier took the win in 5 hours 38 minutes. Jonathan Vidia out of Jacksonville, 6:31. Blake Calagero out of Miami in 6:40. On the female side, Katie Jenkins, one of our favorite listeners or watchers, she took the W for the females in 7:57. Kay Traeger was in 8:30. And then to round out the podium was Gloria Bescom out of Royal Palm Beach in 9 hours and 25 minutes. So congrats to Katie Jenkins for getting a win down at Toxic Trail. A few other people, Ken Glover got the finish. Trying to think who else we know in this one. But congrats to those it looks like they had 17 finishers, 2 DNFs, and 2 DNS did not start. All right, we got races coming up. We got the Badwater 135. I believe that starts on Monday the 7th. I was trying to find the entry list. I can't find the entry list anywhere. I know we got Shay of WTF Podcast. Where's the finish? She'll be out there, so we'll be following along with that race. Florida always has a lot of good runners up there, so we will recap that one next week. But good luck to all those running Badwaters, and we'll be following you guys along with it. This week, the Miles with Marty podcast. He's about to drop a podcast with Pamela Chapman Markle. I believe she's a 10-time finisher of the Keys 100, so keep an eye out for the Miles with Marty podcast coming out this week. Also new this week, we have a new RD in the state of Florida. We all know him, Joe Miller. He started Combat Racing. It's veteran owned, and he's coming at us with some pretty amazing events. So Joe Miller out of Ocala, Florida. So he has some events coming up. One I know I'm going to be out there helping out with is the Greenway Trick or Trot 5K and 10K. That's going on October 25th. I told him I'd help run an aid station, so we're pretty excited about being out there. I know I get to be creative with the aid station, somewhat Halloweenish for it. And then the other big one he has coming up is the Big Scrub 150. So the Big Scrub 150 opened up this week. This will be a virtual 150-mile race. It's going to take the place of the Cross Florida 200, since that's coming down as a virtual. Will no longer be a virtual race. So Joe started the Big Scrub 150. Opened up this week. I think he said there's about 9 or 10 already signed up. And we got Luke Vidal, Arian, Sonner, and I should have had it up to see who else was. Let's see if we can find if it's on Ultra sign up. Even Arian's wife signed up for the virtual. All right, what do we have? Here's the entrance. All right, so Big Scrub, got Arian Rashawn, Charlie Publins out of Jacksonville. Charlie does a lot of the Donna races up there, the 2-day challenge. We got Lucas Vidal. We got Craig Betts out of Lakeland. He's signed up. Judy Reynolds, Valerie Rushan, and Holly Knapp. So he's got a few in there. go ahead. There are some requirements to run the big scrub. You had to have some part of the Cross Florida 200, whether you ran it or crewed it. So if you're interested, reach out to Joe Miller. It should be a great race. I'm looking at doing it sometime. And word has it, there's a lot of people trying to be the first one to finish this. So it opens up January 1st. So we're curious who's going to be the first one to finish the Big Scrub 150. I know a couple of these guys are planning on doing it in February, but we're going to see who's going to be the first one to go off on January 1st. I did look up, that is a Thursday morning. January 1st is a Thursday morning going into the weekend, so that'd be a great time to do it. We are also working on, me and Joe Miller, we're working on an event coming up where we're not ready to announce it yet. We just finalized putting our permitting for an event in December. If you want a hint for it, go back and listen to the podcast I did on WTF, where it's the Finish podcast, and we chatted about it. I talked about this, something I wanted to do, and Joe said, well, I can help you with that. So we've been chatting for a while. We nailed down a location. Our permits are almost submitted, and we're excited to announce what we're going to be doing. It'll be an event last weekend in November, and we said weekend, so I'll be curious on what we're doing. All right, also going on, Bobby Joe and I have been working on the 24 days for Team USA Virtual Challenge. So basically, lowdown is the USA 24-hour team goes to France this October and goes. That's the 24-hour championship. And basically, as a team, you try and figure out what country can put up the most miles in 24 hours on a course. So the 24-hour team is currently sponsored by Nike, but Nike gives them barely any money to go to this event. If you're in track and field, you get a lot of money, but the 24-hour team, they just kind of disregard. So we're trying to help offset the cost of them traveling over there. And so we're doing the 24 days for Team USA Virtual Challenge. Basically, for 24 days, the goal is to run 140 miles over 24 days. 140 miles is what the qualifying standard is for the men. The men have to do 140 miles in 24 hours. We're going to do it in 24 days. So go over, you can sign up for the event. You got the swag challenge for $60. We have a really nice shirt. We're going to throw in some other swag. If you just want to run, you don't want swag, it's $30. If you just want to donate to Team USA, 100% of that goes to Team USA. You can make a donation. 100% of the $30 fee goes to Team USA. $60 minus whatever it costs us for shirt and the swag will go to Team USA. So that's the event. We're trying to build this up, trying to help Team USA. All right, what else do we have? Other races coming up. Not this week, but next weekend you have the Candy Ass Lake Baldwin 50K. That's July 12th in Lake Baldwin around Orlando. And the RD is Diane Romero Lopez. It's basically a 50K. You run around the lake. You may ask, why can't I find an ultra sign up? Because all you got to do is show up. You just show up. It's old fat ass style. Put your name on the sheet, and we'll take care of that. So you can find it at Facebook at Candy Ass Lake Baldwin 50K. That is in a week from Saturday. After that, we have Dirty Beer. And so this opened up last Friday. We are limited to 150 runners. And within a week, we have 132 signed up. We got 18 spots left on there. So if you're planning on doing DBR, new location in Seminole, what's the location? It's not on here. But just go to the event. You can see it. Walsingham Park in the Seminole area. So you got Low Ann's running, Low Ann Vo, Eric Kalina, Vince Carter, Clapper, Nels. Ooh, that's going to be a good competition between Clapper and Nels. And then you got some other legends out there like Stephanie Miller, a few other people on there. So Jeff Iosa, never really heard of him, but I heard he was pretty good. Mark Gilman's coming down. CJ was on the board for PTC, and then it all goes down to Mark Palmer, another legend in the area. So got about 18 spots left for Lake Baldwin. Who has the most finishes at Lake Baldwin? So you got Bruce Haas has 5 finishes. Jackie Tran has 4. Jessica Weiberg with 4. Catherine Evans, 3. We got a couple other 3s. Robert Schaefer has 5. John Atkins, 3. John Messinger, 3. Ryan Jacobson, 4. Thune Tran, if you know anything about Thune Tran, he has 6 finishes at Dirty Bear Run, but he has 8 finishes at Pinellas Trail Challenge. So Thune has the most finishes out of anybody else at PTC. Brian Heron has 3. Renee and Keith. Oh, Renee has more than Keith. So 4 and 3. Rick Williamson, rolling through here. Cindy Herrick, 6. Darren Moore, Dunedin guy with 7 finishes. Greg Dunn has 4. I got 6. Melissa Frazzo out of Anthem, Arizona with 6. And Dukac out of Tampa with 6. And Lowe has 3 finishes. That was the first time I ever met Lowe, was at Dirty Bear. I was trying to figure out who this person was that was kicking ass. Also, PTC. Let's look up PTC. I always like to see how deep we are on the wait list. All right, the wait list is all right. So here's the shame thing. So these 4 people we are waiting for you to accept your application. Aaron Sims, we sent your request May 29th. Tyler Fuller, June 19th. Jennifer Cabrero, June 29th, and Antonio Borges, May 20th. So guys, come on, let's go. Let's accept it. And then after that, we are 90 deep on the wait list for PTC. So this is crazy. And we usually say everyone gets in the race, but I don't know if that's going to be the case this year. I don't think we're going to have 90 drops before the race starts. So last thing we're going to wrap up is pretty excited about this. Woke up this morning. So this is the Patriot Travel YouTube channel. So with that event we did, the live stream of the treadmill, we picked up about 20 subscribers. We're up to 337. We're trying to get to 500. But this was a cool number that I was looking at, is over 2,114 public watch hours. So I think off of that live stream on the treadmills, we picked up over 250 viewing hours. So still trying to get to 3,000. Don't forget to when you leave the house to go to work, throw on one of our live streams. That's usually good for about 8 hours. I got the one going on behind me in the back. That's 8 hour. This is actually ending the end of it. So I think Clapper's about to. No, I think he has one more yard, and he pulled out of the race there. So, all right. So thank you for those that are watching. Love that we're building up the community, and what the views does is eventually it's going to help us with the live streams, and going out to the live streams, it helps us with putting on aid stations and everything else. So, all right. This is a short week. We'll be back full bore next Thursday. And we hope you guys have a great 4th of July this week. In case you missed it, this is the shirt for PTC. And I think that's everything. All right. Happy 4th of July. One last thing we forgot to mention is in the 10-day race at 6 days in the Dome. Big congrats to Doug Mail from St. Petersburg, Florida. We had been following him for a couple of weeks. Doug knocked out 500 miles in 10 days. That was his goal. Congrats to Doug. It was great.
Great seeing you finish on Saturday night. We were got to see it live on the live stream. So congrats to Doug in the 6-day race. Eric DeSimone, who we were also following, and he did the walk around the track the week before. He did 312 miles in the 6-day event. Sandra V did 400 miles in the 6-day event also. So congrats to all 4 of the runners up there at 6 days in the Dome.